the College of Education. I'm Beth Pesnell, and I'm here today with some of our graduating seniors. I have Adyson, Hailey, and Reagan with me. Why don't you share a little bit about where you're from and what you are graduating with?
My name is Adyson. I'm from Paola, Kansas, so like 2 hours from here, and I'll be graduating with my Bachelor's of Science in Physical Health and Education.
Yay, exciting.
I'm Hailey. I'm graduating with my Bachelor's of Science in Social Studies Education, and I'm from Chinook, Kansas, which actually isn't too far away from Paola.
Yeah,
We played each
that's
other
it,
in
yeah.
high school,
Yep.
so.
Yeah, I'm Reagan Evans. I am graduating with my Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Education, and I am from Rose Hill, Kansas.
Great. Well, we're excited that you are joining us for this special edition with our graduating seniors. So today's going to be a little different, and we're going to spend time with each one of them and let them share a little bit about their story while they've been here at K-State. So, Adyson, what brought you to K-State?
So I grew up a lifelong K-State fan, going to football games, basketball games when I was younger, Jacob Pullen jersey, everything. But when I came to experience, like visit campus for the first time, just like the atmosphere, I really liked. Multiple people were like, hey, we're glad you're here, and the facilities and the buildings are all very nice. And you could just tell how much the community cared that you were here and were wanting to get involved. So
I agree. It is a great community that way. So, what made you want to go into education?
So I actually started out my first semester marketing because I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And then I had some awesome ag teachers, so I started out in agriculture education, like Reagan.
Okay.
And I took a class with Dr. Elner, who's my professor now for PE. And it was just a general education class, ed technology, and I was like, this guy's really awesome. I didn't know we had a PE program here. So I kind of reached out to him, and he set me up with Todd Dunst to kind of go over what the program would look like. And I just looked over the classes and kind of fell in love with PE. And through my experiences, I really enjoyed it.
And you've played sports and coached sports too, so it was really a nice fit.
Yes, so I got to coach out at my practicum at Rock Creek. I got to coach middle school girls volleyball and middle school girls basketball. So that was a fun experience. And then at my Wamego student teaching, I kind of knew their high school coach from my high school sports. So I just said, hey, if you don't mind, can I come check out a practice? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I checked out the practice, and then a week later, I was like, do you care if I just come to everything? So, yeah, I just was kind of there on the bench. I got to help out coach a little bit of the freshman team, so it was a really cool experience.
Great. So do you have a favorite memory of your experience here in the College of Education, or a favorite teacher or anything that way that you'd like to share?
Yeah, so Dr. Elner definitely has had a huge impact on my success here at K-State. He's super personable. You can tell he actually cares about the students and their well-being and is going to do everything he can to set you up for success. One of the classes, my favorite memory, it was secondary methods. So we got to go out to City Park and play pickleball, and we had a pickleball unit, or we go out there and teach different yard games, and just a lot of hands-on experience in class here at K-State, which led to the classroom, which I thought was very helpful.
That's great. So what are your future plans?
I just accepted a job at Spring Hill Middle School.
Yay!
I will be the girls' PE, health, and weights teacher. And then I actually found out yesterday I got the head middle school girls' basketball job. So that's really exciting. I was really looking forward to that. And they're getting back to me about track, and hopefully I'll be coaching hurdles as well. So.
All right. Well, that's a lot.
I know. 10 minutes from my hometown.
Exciting.
Yep. Graduation, new apartment, new job. Getting married, it's boom,
oh my
boom,
goodness,
boom.
you're getting married too on top of all of this.
June 10th. A lot of big things.
Wow, you have a big month planned.
I know. I'm ready for it to be here, so then I can just kind of...
Yeah, you can just relax for a month before you have to go in and start all over.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, do you have any words of advice or wisdom for future teachers or those who are considering going into education?
I would say just get involved as much as you can. You're going to make connections with the teachers at K-State and the teachers at your placements, and that's really going to help propel you for success. When I was applying for the job I got a really, really good letter of recommendation from one of my practicum teachers who called the principal, who reached out to people. So making connections with other teachers and especially the students and get to know them, I think is really important.
That's great. Well, congratulations
you.
on all of that.
Thank
It's
you.
so exciting.
Yes.
We're happy for you.
Thank you.
And I know Dr. Elner is probably out there just screaming from the rooftops. So excited for you too.
Dr. Elner's awesome. So if
Yeah.
you're watching this,
Woohoo! Shout out there to
Yep.
Dr. Elner. All right. Well, Hailey, what brought you to K-State?
So, I actually came to K-State originally to go to the College of Veterinary Medicine to be a veterinarian.
Okay.
And I did that my freshman year. However, it just, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy the vet life as much as I thought I would. But education was always kind of my backup plan if I didn't make it into like vet school and stuff like that. And in high school, I worked at this nonprofit after-school program with middle schoolers, and I always really enjoyed working there and like hanging out with them. And so I thought I'll give education a try.
Yeah.
So that kind of just kept me here at K-State, and I just sort
Uh-huh.
of switched to the College of Ed. So
Okay, and so you switched, and now your focus is on social studies education.
Yes.
So what drew you into social studies?
okay, I've always been a huge history nerd.
Okay.
Like if you go back, like fast forward in time, we're in my high school classroom, and I'm definitely that student when they're like, okay, we're gonna like review for the test, find your groups for like the Jeopardy game. Like not to brag, but like everybody wanted to be in my group because they knew like I knew all the answers. But no, like I've always enjoyed watching like documentaries and like all the boring stuff that
Yeah.
nobody else likes to watch.
Right.
So yeah, history is just, I love history, so
Okay.
it was kind of a good fit to transition into.
So because you are part of Dr. Bernheide's program, you probably did the the wax museum. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
when
I did.
Was it probably was it this semester or was it last year?
It was last semester, so in
Okay.
the fall.
Okay, so tell us what your project was for that one.
So for like the wax museum, basically you dress up as a historical figure and you have like a 30-second to a minute kind of spiel about them, but you are them.
Right.
So you have to pretend that you're them, and you have to talk about like who they were, what they did, why they're important, just basic stuff about their life. And he really encourages you to get really into it, like accents, costumes, everything.
It's a big deal. It's so much fun.
But like he does it with you. So like
Yes.
he'll dress up every year, and he like this year, I can't remember the name. It was some comedian from like the silent era. I never heard of him before, but he had like the mustache. I have no idea. But he had like a cigar and like everything. He went all out, wore like a tux and had talked all weird, and it was hilarious. But yeah.
Okay. And who were you?
I was Princess Diana.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes. Mainly because I didn't really have anything else to wear.
Okay.
But also because I'm
That's
also a
valid.
huge fan of Princess Di. So
Okay.
kind of.
Okay. I like it. So do you have a favorite memory?
With
favorite
Bernheide
teacher or
or-
experience? And it doesn't have to be with Bernheide. I'm sure, though, you had
Well-
lots of memories with him. He's quite the comedian
He is.
on his own right.
Almost half my classes that I've taken here at K-State have been with Dr. Bernheide. And so, seeing his love and like joy for teaching social studies kind of helped like resonate within me, and seeing the way that he's able to make it into something so fun has just given me a lot of ideas. And I know I speak for all the other social studies majors out there. Like he's the best, and we love him to bits, and he loves you right back. So
Yeah. And we love him here at the college.
yes, he is amazing.
for sure.
And he does, I don't know how he does it, because he does so much, like, even outside the College of Ed. He teaches at Rock Creek, he coaches wrestling, he teaches Latin, he does all sorts of stuff. I don't know how he does it, so he's definitely,
Yeah.
he's a guy.
great
He's a guy,
inspiration,
yes.
isn't he? Yeah. So what are your future plans?
So I'll actually be moving back home to Chanute, and I'll be teaching at the middle school in Chanute.
Great.
Yeah.
And so you'll be teaching social studies.
Yes, I'll be teaching both 6th and 7th grade. So I'll be teaching Kansas history and geography and then ancient civilizations.
Oh, wow. That's
Fun,
quite
yeah.
a divergent group of history there, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But I'm excited for it.
Good. So, what words of advice or wisdom would you like to bestow?
I would say to just get out of your comfort zone because there's a lot to experience, and sometimes that means you have to do something that you're not normally comfortable with doing or trying new things. And at least here at the College of Ed, for me, it's always kind of worked in my favor to really put myself out there and do new things.
That's great. So we have connections, we have step out of your comfort zone, try new things. I can't wait to hear what Reagan is going to share with us. So Reagan, what brought you to K-State?
Oh man, there's a lot of things. Kind of like your story, I came out of the womb bleeding purple. I was born into a K-State family, pretty diehard. Went to games my entire life. There's actually a really sweet picture of my dad and I walking in front of Anderson Hall when I was like maybe a year or two old. I want to recreate it with him this weekend.
Oh,
It'd be
how
really
fun.
sweet. But yeah, my mom went to school here, my grandparents, and so it like kind of just growing up was like, oh, I want to go to K-State. Like that's just the way it is. And I actually started out as family and consumer sciences education.
Okay.
And so in the state of Kansas, there's only 2 colleges that have that program. And so it was either K-State or Pitt State, and I had made my mind up when I was probably like 7 years old that I was going to be a teacher and that I wanted to go to K-State. And so I went and I did tour Pitt State. I was like, okay, I'll give it a fair chance kind of thing.
Okay.
But K-State just stood out to me because everyone like looked like they wanted to be here. And everybody had their smile on their face. I remember like on a tour, someone's like, hi, welcome to K-State. So now I do that when I see like high schoolers on tours. I'm like, hi, welcome to K-State. Because someone did that to me and it was just really cool. But I think the moment where it like kind of clicked in my head was not just because they had my major, but I actually was a band kid. I did band for many years in like middle school, high school, and I almost quit band my senior year of high school as a tuba player. And so I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. This is a lot of work. And my band director was like, well, I signed you up for, I can't remember what it's called. But it's
Band
where
camp or something.
yeah, something like that. It's where the high schoolers come.
Yeah.
Oh, All-Star Marching Band Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yes.
She goes, well, I signed you up, so you can't quit. I was like, wow, okay.
Okay.
Great. And so I went there, and I got to hang out with the band members all day. And I was like, I love this. I'm going here. I'm doing the band.
So were you part of the Pride?
I was for 3 years. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was one of the most like amazing experiences. And so that's like I think where it clicked in my head is like this is home for me because these people in the band were home.
Great.
And so I came and I got involved with the band. I was in Alpha of Clovia, and so that kind of was like a big circle of mine. And that's what brought me to K-State. And then
So what took you into ag ed? You started as family
Yes.
and consumer sciences. So how did you shift?
yeah, so about a year and a half into college, I was enjoying like human development and that kind of thing, but I was like, I don't know, I got to see all the cattle and all the crop fields around campus, and they reminded me a lot of home because we farm back at home, and I was like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Like, I hope with wheat harvest, but I never had ag ed in high school.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not experienced enough to do this, but the girls I was living with in Clovia were like, Reagan, like, you really like cows. Literally, like, my roommate was like, you really like cows, and she was in ag ed, and she's like, and you really like education. Like, you can combine, like, your growing passion of agriculture and your passion of education.
What a good friend.
And I was like, that's a major? Like, what are you talking about? I've never heard of this. And she's like, yeah, like, I'm ag ed, and she'd come home, and she's like, I just had welding class. And I'm like,
I took that too.
welding
It's
class?
fun,
Like,
yeah.
what? And so I was like, you know what? And so, like, November of, like, it must have been November of 2020 because Zoom call was a thing then. And I Zoomed in with Brandy Disberger, and I was like, Brandy, I think I want to change my major to ag ed. And so I switched and have never looked back.
Awesome. Well, do you have a favorite memory or a teacher?
I would say Dr. Ulmer. He's Dr. John Ulmer. I love all of our advisors, Dr. Hawk and Dr. Disberger. But there's just like so many fun memories. Our block 2 classes with Ag Ed, it's a really like tight-knit cohort. There's 19 of us, and every morning we would start, every Tuesday and Thursday morning, we would start our mornings off with Dr. Ulmer. And he would always, his saying like my entire time was like, well, I'm not going to get on my soapbox. And so then he would proceed to get on his soapbox. And so he just had a lot of good advice to give, but kind of at the end of block 2, we gave him a step stool that said like Dr. Ulmer soapbox and things like that. But it's just like little memories, and he really like cares about his students. And I remember there's like a semester I had him, it was like a really hard semester, and I was super late on a paper, and I was just like beating myself up for it. And he was like, Reagan, like there's grace. Like he's like, you're talking to me, like let's work through this together. And so I think that was like a really big part where I'm just like, oh, like you care about me, and you care about like the journey of life that I'm walking through. And so that was like a big part.
Good. What are your future plans?
I will be at Chase County High School, senior high school next year.
Excellent.
We're hoping to add some middle school ag classes in a couple of years.
Fun.
But I will be the FFA advisor and the ag teacher there. We're going to kind of get the program back on its feet.
Good.
And I'm really excited for that. So I got to go
Excellent.
spend my afternoon there today doing a lot of logistics and
very
stuff. So
fun. Oh, how nice. So, what future words of wisdom would you like to bestow?
There's a lot of things. I would say a really practical piece of advice would be save all of the things you're going to use like during your blocks and during student teaching to your personal accounts. It'll save you a lot of stress at the end of student teaching than trying to get it all
Have
from
to
your
save
school account.
everything.
Just save it to your personal account as you go.
Okay.
But like more like big thing, I would say like reflect on like the really good parts. Like there's going to be really hard days and you're going to wonder, why am I doing this? But like journal, write down, put it on a sticky note, whatever it may be, like the student interactions that you have or the interactions you have with the admin or the community members, and you're like, this is why I'm doing this. Like that's what really got me through some of those hard days, was just like,
I love it.
like these, like I love these kids and they bring me joy, and they sometimes make me mad, but they are so fun to be with.
Yeah.
And so that's like remembering your why.
Very nice. Well, we have make connections. We have ideas about getting out of your comfort zone and reflecting on the journey. And I think those are fantastic ways to wrap up what you're sharing with us about your time here at K-State. We are so super proud of all of you, and excited to see you walk on Saturday. And we wish you the best. You are going to be a forever EDCAT now, and we're just so happy that you've come on this journey with us. So congratulations to all three of you, and congratulations to all of our graduating seniors out there this weekend. We are so thankful that you have joined us for another edition of Go Live with the College of Ed and our seniors today. And join us again when we go live from the College of Ed.